Hello, welcome to what hopefully will be the last episode of this trip. Yeah, the last episode before ended on a bit of a high note when I don't actually know what happened. It just said that the follow car crashed and it wasn't the one in front of me. It must have been the follow car behind that for some reason crashed into, I don't know if it was me or anything. Well, it was interesting at least to just suddenly see that, and I really couldn't do anything about it. And I just realized that my track IR doesn't work. Well, it's not that far off here, so I think I manage. I just want to get this over with. I have the mirror there, so it's okay. Where was I in the story? Yeah, I had just driven over to the other side of, you can say, the bridge. We were driving on in the opposite lane over this very fog-filled bridge. And everything went fine for me. I passed over again on the next junction. They could go over and continue. I will skip forward a bit in time here because I read later that what actually happened when after I had driven over the bridge was that the car had driven a little bit too fast and hadn't seen the roadblocks and actually crashed into them and driven off the bridge into the water. So that was a little bit scary. I hope that everything this is where it happened. Trailer damage? For what? Okay. Okay, now I'm driving along here. Isn't it? This is where it happened. Come on, don't do anything stupid now. I'm nervous. I don't want it to end again. No, it seems to be working now. Taking it really easy. Oh, okay, and then nothing really happened going up from the bridge up towards Memphis, where I was planning to go to Graceland to check that out. And I come up and I find Graceland. There's like a parking lot you can park, and it's closed. I'm like, what? They didn't have open that day, so I couldn't go because I was I was not planning on staying in Memphis. I was just planning to pass through, so I just had to continue over to Nashville the way and come to Nashville, check into my hotel. Everything is working really nice. The thing is that I had have this loyalty program with where I book the hotels. So with if I have slept 10 nights, I get 1 night for free. I think I said this before. Oh, hello, Spine. And yes, I'm driving here. So when I had planned the route, I had first booked 3 nights in this hotel and then 2 additional nights unconnected to each other in order for me to be able to get those. No, it was 2 nights and then 3 nights in order to be able to get that extra night so that I could stay in another hotel on my way down to Florida. And the receptionist saw this when I booked in and asked me about it and asked if I wanted to pack it into like one stay. And I said no, and I explained it to her and the reason, and she said, "Oh, that's clever." So she said, "Oh, we'll fix this. I book you, so you will be in the same room all the time, and you don't have to do anything. But I'll put it in as 2 separate visits." So that was really kind for them to fix that. And I spent a nice time in Nashville. Once again, just listening to music, going to different things. No very expensive restaurant this time. Kept my eye on the bills. And of course, when I was going to leave the car in Nashville, I had some trouble because the GPS didn't show me to where it was. It showed me to some completely random place, like an abandoned industrial area. I had no clue where I actually was. So it took a while for me to find the where I left it when I was going to leave the car, because I did feel like I didn't need the car those 5 days I was going to stay in Nashville, because I was staying pretty close to Broadway. And then I took a taxi to into the city again from the airport. That's where I left the car. And talking to the taxi driver, I told him about what happened in New York, about my accident there. And he said, "Oh, and did you sue them?" And I said, "No, I didn't." He said, "Oh, but you could have gotten a lot of money." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not interested in that." And he said, "Yeah, but you could have gotten up to like $9,000. Well, okay, could have paid for my trip, but I would have spent the night in hospital and would have had to pay a lot of money for that. So, no, thank you." And I said that, and he didn't say much about it. And then when I went to continue my trip from Nashville to down to Florida again, I went to the airport and had booked just for fun, I had booked a convertible. And it was supposed to be like a Chrysler sort of convertible. And when I get there, they say that the car I booked isn't available anymore, but they have like a newer model. I'm like, okay, well, that's good. And then she said that, but if I want to, I can add $5 a day, and I can get another convertible. I'm like, why? I'm gonna add $5 a day to get another convertible? Why? And I asked, well, what kind of convertible? And she said a Ford Mustang. And I'm like, yes, please. So I got a red convertible Ford Mustang. It was like, yeah, thank you. Unfortunately, just the 6-cylinder, not the 8, but a little bit more fuel efficient. Where are we? Oh, Maryville, we're almost there. So I take the car and I start driving, and I sleep in a little town. I stay in a little town north of, was it? East of Tallahassee, passed through Tallahassee. Not much really happening on the trip. Stay in this little motel. And then I drive out to Jacksonville on the to get the coast road down to Miami instead of the road through Orlando, which is also better because this one isn't a toll road. So I drive down there. Not much happening except when I'm getting closer to Miami. I'm suddenly passed by a car. This big old American 1970s car. And I look over and I can't see a driver. On first glance, I'm like, what? And I look again. And there's this little old lady sitting driving, and her head as far as I could see, wasn't even over the steering wheel. So I don't know how she could see the road or anything like that, but I kept my distance. I didn't want to be anywhere near that car. Um, I don't know how she could be driving. And then I start coming down closer to Miami, and I'm start thinking about that. I knew that my ex-wife, my wife at the time, my ex-wife, and our daughter had come the day before to Miami from Colombia. So, and I got the number to her grandmother to call when I come. So I call it, and it's a grandmother that answers it. And of course, she only speaks Spanish, and I barely speak. Yeah, I don't speak Spanish. I understood a few words. And I say, "Hola, es Rosie." Is Rosie there? And she says, "No," and she starts speaking something that she's out. I'm like, "Oh crap! I'm almost at the like 5 minutes away. Where I'm gonna go? Can I just park outside and wait?" And I come to an intersection when I'm gonna turn, and before going into the apartment block. And I'm standing at this red light, and suddenly a woman and a child is walking in front of me on the over the crosswalk, and the woman looks at my car and looks forward again, then whips her head around and looks at my car, and the child runs up to my car, and I opened the door because that was my wife and daughter that just walked over the crosswalk in front of me. But it was like really the timing there was amazing. Just when I come, they come so well. So my daughter jumps into the car to get the and my wife runs up to get the keys so that I can drive into the garage, and that is the end of my road trip through the US. We had some more things when we were going back later, but we were going home. But that will be for the next episode, because this one is now over. And as far as I know, I have no clue where to park this. I don't know where to park this. Oh, it's here. Okay. Is it here? I have no clue. Let's see if it goes. Yeah, there we went. Oh well, thank you for watching, and good thing that I didn't have to start this whole trip all over again and drive up to the point where it happened. So, thank you for watching, and this will continue. Otherwise, maybe if I find another load here that I haven't driven, or I will continue the heavy haul in European Truck Simulator. So, have a nice day, and thanks for watching.